So for creating those footsteps behind him.
Yeah, man, that just about sums it up. Is it fair to say that these lot messed up, man? The San Antonio Spurs, Wemby, boy, you had your opportunity there, man. And all New York Knicks need now is one more game, and yeah, their pattern, man. So it's 3-1. The Spurs just blew, what was it, a 29-point lead.
Misses a free throw.
It's a lot, man. And it's in these times, like if you had, like, Wemby will do better in time, but you got to be clutch in these moments, I can't lie. You definitely need to be clutch in these moments. And Wemby made things get to him. And you can't see it from this angle, but Fat Joe, New York rapper, was on his right. I think he was doing something called the potato dance or something, but he was making bare, you know, gesticulations, so to speak, with his hands. Obviously, Wemby's trying to lock in, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And Fat Joe, I think in one of the early, was it game 2? Fat Joe was when Wemby was shooting in that game as well. So I don't know. Fat Joe tells a lot of stories, but do you know what? He might be the 6th member on the court for the Knicks. You know, he might be winning it for them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just not going too great for San Antonio Spurs. But are we gonna see? Yeah, I mean that one. But there's also a bit of controversy, because if you look here, it said that maybe this was a foul on this San Antonio Spurs player. Look here. So does he hit his hand? And therefore, I mean, this is like kind of the closing minutes. Should they have gotten something for that? Was that a clear foul? But yeah, man, you know, I thought Wemby was going to turn it around. Maybe he still does have an opportunity to still turn it around. They're doing all sorts of ritual. What's this? A ritual? What are they saying about rituals and that?
Is another NBA Finals, a bunch of...
This is before, anyway. But look, that is not real, clearly. That is not real, clearly. You got to watch out for these clips, man. But, yeah, they're doing all sorts of AI memes and that. Obviously, Fat Joe was doing that dance, as I was saying to you. It's him there with, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith and his brethren. And they're saying, yo, I might even tag him in this. They're saying that Fat Joe's saving the Knicks, man. He's he missed him. So Fat Joe's doing bear dances and that. See, Fat Joe's there, as I said to you. Yeah, he's saying doing a dance called the Humpty Dumpty, apparently. But yeah, man, do you know what? That is proper fan support. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when the last they went it in the 70s or something. So something's got to give. And there's another clip. I might see it later on with Iman Chumpert joining the crowds. And we're going to look at the a Rihanna clip as well. She's shooting some moves. So everybody's getting involved. Her with ASAP Rocky.
Save the Knicks. Once again, check it out.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, everybody's getting involved. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off, you know what I'm saying? It's all kicking off, man. I covered that about whatever you saw. One thing that I'm not liking, and I've got to be careful not to show too much of those clips, is that, yeah, the violence is crazy. They're throwing stuff at the man, and I don't know, I wonder what it would be in San Antonio. It'd be the same thing, but they're throwing stuff. Man are getting, what do you call it? Man are getting their jerseys ripped off for them and stuff. Man are getting beat up. Like when it's going good for the New York Knicks, they're loving it. But I think that after that defeat, yeah, boy, you know, it went a bit, yeah, it went a bit crazy up there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. They're throwing stuff. I don't know. I guess anything to win, I suppose. Anything to win, but that's not necessary, man. Come on, man. You lot can do a bit better than that, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. This is a good. It's captivating. It's a captivating series, no doubt. It's captivating. Yeah, AG Anobi, he really, because I mean, I think Jalen shoots and AG Anobi, I think what's his name. He tips the ball into the net to get that. I think it's 107, 106. Yeah, man, that's what's going on. So that's the no, I'm saying that's the New York Knicks up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Also had, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it in this clip straight away. I might do. You had there you go. You had Wu-Tang performing. Nas was in the crowd during the halftime. Obviously, man's not gonna play the music. But yeah, man, Nas was there watching Wu-Tang perform. Game 4. It's all kicking off, all happening at the same time. That's the man then performing. You can see that in that wider clip. That wider clip there. And yeah, man. What a cultural spectacle of, joy for the New York. Really trying to get the New York's the biggest, biggest comeback in that. And maybe that will fuel them on. I think definitely it's their town. It's their town. And still trailing by 29 points. But look at the scores. Look at the scores. It's all to win. Look, we're talking about one more game, man. One more game. But can Wemby turn it around? Look, if we're talking about the greatest of all time, if we're talking about GOATs, it's in these situations that GOATs are made. Do you know who's done it before? I swear LeBron, which team was he with? And he turned round a 3-1 and went on to win. It might have been against, was it Golden State or was he with the Cavs? I can't remember exactly. But he certainly turned around a situation. So Wemby's got an opportunity to do that. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's more games because obviously if you're down, you need those additional games to win. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment, man. That's where we're at the moment. So, and then you've got this one, but with Rick Ross flying economy or commercial. Sorry, forgive me. Was he flying? Let's hear what he's saying.
That I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is? Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi.
Oh, so he's saying his plane was being updated with Starlink. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my
they caught him flying. But look, this is mad. For a start, this is a real situation of first world issues, first world problems, or whatever it is, because people are taking photographs of people flying the plane. Like flying the plane, if you're somebody from a third world country or this country less popular, the ability to fly in the plane is something that you could say is a really good thing. And it's something to look, for somebody from that level to look forward to. Rick Ross is flying in the plane. He's sitting down. Look, I'm no fan of Rick Ross per se, but just speaking in general terms. So what if he's flying commercial? Those planes probably take a lot to run. He's saying that he was doing it because his airplane was being fitted with Starlink. That's the internet stuff. But I don't know. I think sometimes people got their priorities in the wrong place. I can't lie.
For the ones who want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is?
I said it's been updated with Starlink.
Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with this comment. People worrying about other people's money and lifestyle. Yeah, man.
That's what my jet
what he's doing, innit?
And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy.
Okay, so he said he's basically outside partying and that.
And Ball Greasy had to escape the States.
He's a funny guy. He's like a bit of a comedian to me. Like the way how he pronounces things, he makes everything sound spectacular.
And that was a hell of a vibe. I had an amazing time.
But they're paparazziing you, man. They're paparazziing them, yeah.
When I was leaving, that hoodie was low, bro.
Well, look, that's his explanation anyway, man. That's his explanation anyway. Yeah, man, same, man. That's his explanation for why he was flying, not economy then. I was asking the question because I was obviously I do the research as I go through the video. But Serena Williams is back in a full effect. Serena Williams, the legend herself, she's back in full effect, back to winning ways. I think this was at the Roland Garros. I could be wrong. No, no, forgive me, it's not Roland Garros. That's Taylor Townsend who won the doubles in that. This is at the HSBC Championships. Now, just to address some of the some things that I've been reading, some people saying, "Oh, has she taken the space off other up and comers?" But apparently, with these type of competitions, there's wild cards, and you're always gonna get somebody like her who's gonna bring eyes to the game. But I think she's playing in doubles. It's not singles. And yeah, she's doing bits. She's doing what she needs to do, man. And she's got a speed of 120 miles an hour. So she's still got it. And maybe I think she's saying kind of bored at home. She wants the kids are on holiday. She wants her kid to see her playing and stuff, and that's really lovely. And wins a tennis return with a doubles victory at the HSBC Championship. Obviously credit to HSBC Championship on the clips and that. And in terms of the details, so she's a 23 Grand Slam singles champion, even though she's playing doubles here. She's played doubles before, but particularly with her sister, Venus Williams, who's also a GOAT herself, greatest of all time. Serena's slightly better, maybe. Williams, she's defeated the third seed, Nicole Melika Martinez and Erin Rutcliffe in straight sets, 7-6, 6-2. So yeah, a dominant performance. My computer's doing the mad thing at the moment. We'll say anyway. Let's try and get through this. And yeah, man, she's doing what goats do, winning. Nearly 45 years old is she. And she advances to the quarterfinals. So, and she's playing against people who are probably in their prime. And this just shows the levels of when you got that kind of talent, you know. This is what she's saying.
The atmosphere was great.
Credit to BBC Sport on the clip. 1 second.
I don't know. I think this past couple of years have been the year of just people coming back.
So she's talking about people coming back. 1 second. Oh, studio stuff. Oh, yeah. So she's talking about coming back. And I don't know, does this mean she's looking at a little bit of a run? She might be looking at a bit of a run.
You know, from Lindsey Vonn.
Maybe pick up a singles game here or there.
And so Allyson Felix announcing it, and so it was just about...
Oh, Allyson Felix. Wonderful Olympian, world champion. I think she's definitely world champion, track star, supreme. Allyson Felix is forward and back. Great.
Time for me to do it as well. I mean, you know, you can do anything at any age. And
Come on, Serena.
You know, I just feel like it doesn't matter. As long as you're healthy and you take care of yourself and you're
100%.
happy and you're doing your best, that's really all that matters. What you can do.
That is it. You can do anything, man. Yeah, big her up, man. Serena. I wonder if Venus might be inspired as well. I wonder if Venus might be inspired to step into the throw again. 120 mile per hour serves in that. 120 mile per hour serves. Look at this. Bap! Yeah, she's not that lady's on the other end's not returning that. But anyway, big up Serena, man. And in other news, yeah, on the tennis vibe, big up Taylor Townsend. I really rate Roland Garros doubles champ. And she's collecting them, man. She's collecting bears. And she's had issues with getting sponsorship and stuff, but she's a winner. She sorted out her own stuff fashion-wise. And, yeah, man. Well done. Her and Katerina Siniakova. See them there? Congratulating each other. Just doing bits. Look at that. Wonderful. Credit to Roland Garros on the clips and that, obviously. And you know what? You can do anything that you put your mind to, man. You put the work in. You do need some skills. You need a little bit of talent and that. But you can do it, man. Look at that. Yeah, man. Look at that. It's really, really great stuff. I might adjust where I put this little on the cover. The young ladies. Yep. There you go. Just adjust that a little bit. But yeah, man. Look at that. Winners. And this is in Paris, France. And this is on her page, actually. They're champions. Come on. Indeed. Yeah, so big up Taylor Townsend on that. And her doubles partner, Katerina Siniakova. As we move on, some Love Island updates. See, obviously you can see the people. This is Love Island UK. Robin, Mika, Lola, Angelista, Ellie, Jasmine, Lorenzo, Sam, and these brothers here. And they're dating the ladies. They're up there. And the aim is to form a couple, get through all the tasks, and probably be the final couple, and they get loads of brand deals at the end of it. I mean, that's it. In reality, from what I've seen, the relationship maybe lasts for a full year, maybe a full year and a half or two, most of the brand deals, and then more reality TV, more stuff, and that's what's going on. But in terms of what's going on in-house, big credit to this page here, loveisland.fandom.com. What's happening is, obviously you got the presenter Maya Jama, narrator Ian Sterling, and I'll just start. So Robin Langton was apparently, so all this is alleged. Robin Langton was apparently dumped on day 7. George Knight walked on day 5, and the people still remain, and all those people there. And these are the couplings. So Aiden's dated Ellie, Yasmin, Angelista's dated Ope, Simba, Ellie, Aiden, Cavan, and Tommy. And you can see the others listed there. So that's what's been going on. And that is, I presume, those people, that circles in the villa, and those are days 1, 4, and 7. They're not in the villa. I presume not in the villa, whatever that means. Not in the villa again. And then, yeah, so it's been really mixed up in terms of what's going on. A few updates there. So they couple up. First time freely able to ask someone to couple up. Find the couples Mika and Samaj. I already showed you who the couples were. Kayan. Then you had newest arrivals, Kayan and Priya. And then New Islands didn't choose this couple like vulnerable islanders, Ellie and Samraj. They would be dumped from the island, the remaining girls. And then on day 5, Mika was left single after George chose to leave the villa. On day 7, the islanders recoupled with the boys, choosing which girl they wanted to. As I say, credit to loveisland.fandom on the text. However, the newest islands, Namibia, and Namibia's a country, isn't it? Namibia, that's a lovely name. And Victoria were given first pick. They picked Sam and Ope. And Lola and Sean and Aiden and Yasmin remained together. And Samraj chose Mika. Cavan coupled up with Jasmine. And Lorenzo picked Priya. As Angelista, Ellie and Robin failed to couple up. They were left single and vulnerable. So I think, yeah, Robin left. New boys, Simba and Tommy, entered the villa, told that they had to choose one of the single girls to couple up with. Simba chose Angelista and Tommy picked Ellie as Robin was not chosen. So that's what's happened up to week 2. So it's been running for 2 weeks now. So that's your little Love Island update there. Back to the New York Knicks theme. This is Rihanna outside with A$AP Rocky.
Go, Riri, let's go, Riri.
And they're saying, let's pause it. They're saying, "Let's go, Riri," and she's about to shoot. She shoots. Hey, she shoots. The billionaire Rihanna shoots. The billionaire R&B superstar, everything superstar, Fenty, beauty, perfumes, everything. She shoots. She scores. Is that a good omen for what do you call it? Is that a good omen for the New York Knicks? Obviously, ASAP Rocky, no doubt, supporting the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? He's a New York brother, and yeah, he's. I'm not. Are they married? I don't know. His partner or is that's his loved one. He's hugging her outside. They're getting buckets at the Knicks after the Knicks game. This was. So she's clearly a down to earth person. Clearly, man, she's outside with the people, them having fun, and yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe, man. So she's outside getting buckets. You see what I'm saying? That's what we want to see. Definitely, that's what we want to see. And you see the clips. ASAP Rocky is encouraging the mother of his children and his partner, and they're doing their bits. Forgive me, I don't know whether they're married or not, but I don't. Obviously, I'm showing them respect and saying that it's his loved one. You see it? So that's what's happening with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky and the New York Knicks, you know. And in next news, Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid have, I think, so the president has stayed on, and he's saying Mourinho's forwarding. Let's say what this brother, he's doing a skit on it.
Mbappe, did you hear the news?
News? What news?
He's talking about how, so credit to this brother, Hass TV. He's obviously in the commentary on how he thinks Mbappe will react to a Mourinho being appointed. And do you know what? 1 second. Do you know what? Let me know in the comments whether you think Jose Mourinho, formerly of Chelsea, all these other players. Wasn't he at Tottenham for a while as well, briefly? I think so. But do you think he'll fit in well at Real Madrid? And if we're talking about top jobs in the world and in Europe, that is definitely one of them.
Coming in.
New manager? Oh my, gonna have to banish this time.
Yeah, no music, but yeah, he's saying, because there's this meme at the moment going around of Mbappe as a type of totalitarian ruler, all these clips, by the way, they're not real, they're just AI, but that's what happened. But anyway, Jose Mourinho's
special breaking news
been confirmed as the Real Madrid boss, and what happens is, I think the other candidate was saying that he said that he was going to get Erling Haaland. That was one of his pledges. Obviously, he never won. President stays on, and this is what's going on.
Yes, Real Madrid have
Credit to Sky Sport News on this clip here. Let me hear what this brother's saying.
confirmed Jose Mourinho is their new first team head coach. The former Chelsea and Manchester United manager has
Chelsea and Manchester United. So yeah, wow. Look at that. Somebody said sacked by January. We will see. But do you know what? Real Madrid is a strange one, because they're so successful. It's like so many Champions League, so many league titles. Barcelona, that's it. I mean, Barcelona did win the La Liga this year, Spanish La Liga this year. But saying that, I guess your job as a manager is just to keep on winning, man, and to manage the egos of your multi-million-pound stars. You just have to keep on winning. That's what I imagine's going on there.
Mourinho's return to Real Madrid is
that's the president there, and you see he's holding the jersey. So yeah, but yeah, if he doesn't win, he's out. I think that's going to be that's. If he doesn't hold up a certain standards, he's going to be out, definitely, because their level, Real Madrid's level's high. And I say to you, back in the day, it was either, even as an Arsenal fan, in terms of teams that I would pick to play on FIFA, it's either Real Madrid or Manchester City at the time, because top teams. top teams, man. But Real Madrid, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's gonna be a lot of commentary on that. Let me know if you think he's gonna be a good fit or not. In other news, Claressa Shields. Wonder how she's gonna react to I think the Times article, and I need to maybe find that Times article on Serrano. What does it actually say? Times article on Serrano. Article Serrano. Does it? Because I think the commentary, the feedback I get was that they're suggesting that she's the greatest of all time. So this is the Times magazine. Obviously, credit to them in what relation to what you're going to see. And they're, well, I'll accept that for these purposes, but it's 100 most influential people in sport in 2026. Now, they've chosen a boxer, Amanda Serrano. I presume, this is me presuming that Claressa Shields isn't on this list. Titans, yeah. So this is where it gets sticky, man. Yeah. This is where it gets sticky. So let's go to... So these are all the lists. So we can look at review this journal. 100 most influential people in sport. You got icons. LeBron James is up there. Big up AJ Wilson, man. I rate her still. You got some other people there. Tajay Podcast. I could learn about some of these people. Victor Wemby seen as a Titan. Amanda Serrano is seen as a Titan, but there's no mention of the undefeated Claressa Shields. And that's a bit of an affront, really, isn't it? That is a bit of an affront, because she's a Titan. There's no doubt about that. In terms of boxing, she should be in this 100. I can see that. And that's where a conversation is gathering about this now. And we're just going to go over there and take a look at that. So what's this brother saying about it?
Today has to be one of the worst days in Claressa Shields' life. Has to be. So bad.
This guy's called Mr. Skinny TV. And just to be clear, you got to question whether people like the people they're talking about or not, because sometimes, you know. Let's see what
I predict the crash out is going to happen soon, bro. You might ask, why, Skinny? Why is this here the worst day in Claressa Shields' life?
So he's saying, is it the worst day in her life?
Well, first off, she started off the day having to see the real GOAT, Amanda Serrano, on Time magazine.
So this guy thinks that she's the real GOAT, Serrano's the real GOAT, tied for most KOs in history, 10 consecutive years. The thing with Serrano, though, I think she has, I've covered her before on this channel, she's not undefeated. I mean, there's, you know, headline fight at MSG, 7-time division world champion, undisputed Puerto Rican champion, most viewed women's watch, best paid female in history, but she's not undefeated, and Claressa is. But the thing is, Claressa got 18 or 19 boxing matches. Somebody said if she'd kept her personal life personal. I mean, people are allowed to have a personal life and do whatever they want with it. But if she's a good boxer and she's undefeated, they probably should be mentioning her, no? But that's what this brother's saying about. I wonder if there's any other commentary. Let's see what this brother's saying.
Claressa Shields gets accused of hating on.
So this question is, who's the real GOAT?
Amanda Serrano being on the cover of Time magazine. So you got people calling out Claressa.
Credit to Iman the Future, who's this person speaking.
She's been going back and forth with Amanda. I believe Amanda had broke tied the record for the most knockouts.
Maybe they'll fight. I think did I see them in the ring preempting the fight? I don't know. I don't know. Even if they fight, I'm not sure Claressa's fought enough professionally to even have an opportunity to get some of the records that Serrano's got. I think that's what the issue is, really. Because she's only had, 18, 19 professional boxing fights, and in that time, that's what she's done.
Claressa Shields is...
And that was in 2022. So, I don't know. Who's the real GWOAT? Claressa or Serrano? You lot let me know, man. You lot let me know. And let's... You ignore the personal life and all that stuff, whether she's with Papoose or, you know, whether, you know, her going back and forth with Remy. All that's kind of irrelevant to whether she's a better boxer than Serrano or not. Isn't it, really? All that stuff is irrelevant, no? I think that stuff is irrelevant still. But anyway, let's move on from that. Piers Morgan did want to look at this, where John Terry, Simon Jordan were discussing boxing stuff, basically. Not boxing stuff, sorry, football stuff. Chelsea, looking at the teams, at the World Cup, Tuchel, etc. Let's hear what they're saying. Obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan, put it that way, but I'm just looking at this for media purposes, but I'm not going to give my opinions on these three people. Or the one in the middle. I've got things to say, but I'll leave that for another video.
What do you mean, John? What are you talking about? We've just been found. They've just been fined 10 million quid, done a deal to overcome all the challenges that they had by doing deals behind agents' backs.
So Simon's saying that Chelsea's had some legal issues recently. But let's hear what John Terry replies to that.
Doesn't accept that deal. It's new ownership that's accept that.
I'll pack it in, John.
So John Terry's saying that it had nothing to do with Roman Abramovich, okay? And it's the new owners.
Pretty silly. That's the premise of that deal is that Eden Hazard, as we know, was transferred to Chelsea rather than Man United because the agent was paid a backhander by Chelsea. That's not been...
I'm going to say this is all alleged or allegedly because I need to look deep into these files to see whether any of that is true, but that's what Simon Jordan's saying anyway.
Quite controversial, that's a fact.
And Simon, that didn't go on when you was in charge, no?
No, but we're not talking about what I was doing when I was in charge.
Okay, I will leave that there. I have no idea what anybody was doing when they were in charge, but that's what they were talking about in terms of what's going on with Chelsea. Their predictions on the World Cup.
Going to win the World Cup.
Credit to Touchline Grid for doing a little clip on this.
I'm going to go France or England for me.
John Terry reckons France or England, and a lot of commentators are saying France actually.
World Cup, and I think
Simon Jordan was waffling. Hey Simon, you were waffling. You weren't. I agree with Piers on that. You weren't answering the question directly because you should have just said what your answer was. But I guess he's got his reasons for. I think he gave a nuanced answer, or did he give a nuanced answer to something else? But yeah. Just answer the question directly, man. If you ask me, I think France will win. I think France will win. There you go. Straight answer.
Is the difference between us potentially winning the World Cup and not having a particularly...
Going to win the World Cup.
All right. So that's what's been said there. And this is... Look, John Terry suggested that Harry Kane should be transferred to Arsenal. I think he was taking the mick because obviously Harry Kane's ex-Spurs, and if Harry Kane wanted to stay in London and do all that, he would have transferred like Sol Campbell ages ago because he's been in London. But he wanted to go to Bayern Munich and do an absolute madness, like badding up that league and winning it. So that's what the man did. I'm not sure that we want Harry Kane at Arsenal. Doesn't quite make sense to me. But yeah, he was taking the mick on that.
Congratulate Arsenal on winning the Premier League. So off we go.
I will actually, Piers. I will congratulate Arsenal.
Yeah, of course he's going to take it with his medals and all of that. Yeah, I hear it. Their views on Tuchel, the
what is your view? Has he got
England manager?
Squad right, or
excluding Cole Palmer, Luke Shaw, and Phil Foden as well?
Should he have taken the big name players and hope that they come good in the World Cup?
So let's hear what he says on that.
Piers, first of all, I really like him. Obviously, seeing worked around him at Chelsea when he was there. Obviously,
so he's saying that he likes Tuchel. All right, you like, it is what it is. Okay. All right, so yeah, they had a bit of back and forth, all sorts of egos in the room. And that's to be expected. But yeah, Simon was Piers was on Simon Jordan's Talksport show recently as well. So I guess it's they're back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's going on. Give me your views on who you reckon will win the World Cup. There's a political background to the World Cup. I'll comment on it briefly. I know that the Somali referee was sent back because he didn't fulfill visa requirements, as I understand it. There's been issues with the Iran team, I think, staying in America. And there's this argument as to whether, the sort of immigration rules or whatever the rules they have in terms of politics, etc., should overrule when you're a country hosting an international event. So there's all sorts of arguments going back and forth on that at the moment, and do you lot let me know your thoughts on that aspect in the comments below. But yeah, let's move on. Then we got so this is Black British actor David Oyelowo. He played Martin Luther King in Selma, and he's commenting on Druski's satire.
My answer to that, to the Druski thing, is to start.
Let's hear what he says.
A streaming platform with an African American like me.
So he's saying collab, share thoughts, move forward together, avoid the separation.
Okay. And for us to build something from a global perspective.
And this is on the 154 show with Godfrey and his co-presenter.
That is for African Americans, it's for South Americans, it's for...
So he's saying the black community should forward together and just talk, collab, and don't... Basically, no separation.
Black people in the diaspora, it's for people on the continent, it's for all of them.
He did say he didn't think it was helpful, but his answer is to continue to collaborate. He does think it is funny.
As we call it a tent, we call it an umbrella. Right?
Okay, I mean that's his view on it. It's quite a balanced response. Madame Joyce had commented on the situation much earlier on. This is her cocktails and takeaways, or mixed drink and takeaways podcast. Madame Joyce
was created to complain about Black Brits taking Black American roles. I completely understand the frustration.
So she's saying she understands the frustration. This is the young lady who had said that Klay Thompson was less popular, or Megan Thee Stallion, when they were a couple, made Klay Thompson known, something along those lines. But I think she was bantering. I think she was trolling with that. But she's forward in here with a more sort of serious commentary.
In Black Americans being annoyed about people who don't understand the history of what they've gone through, now having to...
Okay, let's fast forward. What's
classically trained.
So she's saying that the actors, and she's big up Michaela Cohen, is it that her name? Are classically trained actors. That's true.
Nicole, she studied at Guildhall, top drama school.
She's saying that they've studied at the top drama school, so it's not surprising that they might get called for all different types of roles, because they've got the ability to play the different types of roles.
David Oyelowo, who is a...
Let me move on from that. I'm not sure what that blooded thing is.
In the world. John Boyega went to identity acting school.
So another good top acting school.
Cynthia O'Reilly went to RADA. She went to RADA.
RADA's the top of the tops. Big up Cynthia.
Do not play with us. We went too hard.
I've covered her a lot on this channel, actually.
Druski recently.
Yeah, that's what Madame Joyce cocktails and takeaway, and I think that's quite she forwarded some facts. That's quite a balance for you. You had Dr. What's his name?
I'm gonna tell you this, Art. I did have a problem with Brother David playing Dr. King.
Yeah, he had a problem with it. So there's a sort of back. Why did he have?
I'm gonna tell you this, Art. I did have a problem with Brother David playing Dr. Hero. I don't care if you're American African, British African, Caribbean African.
He's saying it's not right.
No group is better than the other.
But he's not saying they're better than the other. And yeah, and that's the thing. The idea he's saying, essentially, the idea that the Black British people are better actors is not a reasonable.
I will say though, if I was in a room with my British African actors, I would say, listen, do you love and respect your American African family?
Okay, so that's he's taken a similar converse approach to what's his name?
Different from y'all. I don't know.
All right, so that's what is it Umar? Umar is saying. Dr. Umar is saying about it. Yeah, did Damson Idris say anything? Maybe not. But anyway, look, you lot give me your views as well. Janet's touring Japan. Couple clips on that. Is that one of them? Yeah. So she's in Japan. Big up Janet, legend. She's a legend, Janet Jackson, man. She's in Japan, so yeah, we'll look into that. And last but not least, you got Jamie Foxx. He's a funny guy. Listen to this.
Garden, I'm here.
So obviously, there's all that commentary about the New York Knicks v San Antonio, and this is Jamie Foxx doing some couple impressions on the inside NBA crew at the NBA Finals.
There, we're all here. Shaq is here. Charles is here. Kenny's here. What do you think?
Then so he imitates, in particular, Charles, Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal.
I don't know what the fuck he said, but we're here. Here in the Garden. They're going off. It's great here in the Garden.
So he's suggesting that Shaq mumbles a lot.
Right now, here at the New York Knicks, everyone's here. Ben Stiller's here. Timothy Chalamet's there.
Maybe he took a note of the people who were there as well.
Spike Lee's there.
Spike Lee's always there.
Everyone is here in the Garden. We're here. They're there. We're going to be here. We'll be here all night. They'll be there all night.
He does say, Ernie does say that a lot though, doesn't he?
What do you think? Charles, weigh in.
I think the Charles one is great. The Charles one, very spot on.
Ernie, let me say this. Shaq, let me say, Shaq, what do you think?
Just on Charles Barkley, actually, they were saying, why did he refer to Cardi B as Cardi D's or something inappropriate? And on the face of it, it's definitely not something that you probably say in the working environment. I saw Charles Barkley reacting to the public response to that, and he's saying that people should be able to take a joke, and he was also saying that he's got a long-term contract with whoever the organisation is, and he wouldn't mind getting out of it, but they'd have to pay him, and he doesn't see himself staying in the contract for another 6 to 7 years. But that's what's going on over there. Let me have your opinion on whether he should have referred to Cardi B in that manner. It probably was inappropriate, to be fair. It was that's not something that you necessarily say. But he said that he was joking. But let's hear this impression here. So that's meant to be Shaq, clearly. Look, that's what's going on. Do the New York Knicks win it? Do the San Antonio Spurs forward back with Wemby? We'll see. But that is my massive, incredible summary dealing with a lot of information on what's been happening, man. Big up all the watchers, listeners, and subscribers. Please don't forget to hype this video. But for now, I'm done talking.